in a couple of weeks. Here's a look at the respective starting lineups. Wright, Hardaway, Finney Smith, Jackson, and Chris Paul in uniform wearing OKC Thunder colors. And we are underway. Ball up court against DeLon Wright. And the first jumper good. That's a new wrinkle. Signee by the Mavericks. Brings it up court. Here's Hardaway Jr. Hardaway Jr. came over in that deal with the Knicks, which brought Porzingis to Dallas. There's the new math in the NBA.
That's a great deal. Good for him.
Justin Jackson has a good opportunity, coach. Put up for grabs in what Rick Carlisle has said might be a fluid starting lineup. Gallinari counters at the other end.
And that's a...
OKC went 49-33. Nice early post up by Adams working inside. Whistle and one. And that's what Steven Adams does best, get offensive rebounds. Had it knocked away. Gallinari with a mismatch against DeLon Wright. No flop. And the slam at the rim here early in the season. Justin Jackson on the drive. His floater is good.
And that's his game. He's got a really nice... You know, that's what every fat player thinks. There's always more time. They never just actually commit to getting into shape.
And Gilgeous-Alexander.
His development is his injury. You know, like when he plays, he is a big-time scorer. Defensively, as we see him getting back cut there, never his strong.
Going to move his family and get relocated and get to work. And he lets the three fly. Looked pretty good there, Jack.
Throughout the year was terrific.
I speak to a lot of the coaches and people around this team. They say that he had one of the best summers and off seasons of anyone on the roster. That corner jumper good by Reeves. And Dallas down by a point. 3:40 to go and back quickly at the other end. Shaving that deal that sent Paul George to the Clippers. Rookie that was second team All-NBA All-Rookie and broke off. See what he does. Behind the large Adams screen, hits his second three-pointer. Paisley. He once Syracuse commit, then decided to try the G League. Oh! And T. Ferg rocking the rim.
Saved NBA basketball in New York.
Wow.
I think if they had just lost Anthony Davis as Cleveland dunks it home from Curry.
Cross court, good find to set Curry. And that's what he does.
I thought it was a really wise decision by Paisley and Paul not to go to the G League. And not because the G League is not
signing a 3-year deal. Here's Schroeder out front. Boy, nice pass inside to Noel. And the slam. Ooh. And Schroeder's OKC shooting 62% from the field. Cleaver with an easy one at the rim off the great dime by Brunson. Diallo on the drive.
Shooting develops.
There was the slam dunk contest a year ago. Here's Brunson with the mid-range game. Coach Utah, he just is real efficient.
He's a good player.
Paisley gonna let one fly from deep, and he connects. Broke off with the board. Shot clock resets to 14. Kleber, this one falls. Claude issue that truncated his season last year with the Lakers. Ball back in the ball game, dishes it off to Schroeder. What do you make of it? OKC haven't missed a shot here in the second quarter. Adams inside with a slick reverse. Former defensive end with the Miami Dolphins.
Was he?
Yeah.
And did he play on a homeschool football?
I think he did, yes.
Wow.
Diallo missing. I'm told Tim Tebow was homeschooled. And Diallo schooling Dallas.
48 last year to me was an incredible overachievement. If they can do that again next year and this year and make it.
Used all of the iron. It finally comes out. Diallo on the break. And what a block by Kleber.
All with the same team. Championship.
Here's Kleber. Now the best player the same. I'm sure that was music to Mark Cuban's ears. Jackson lets one fly. Boy, Justin Jackson with 14 points now. And he has had a pretty smooth-looking first half. Alexander split the double team, took the contact in the finish. Veteran. Ruder up court, nice crossover on Matthias. Got all the way to the bucket. But at the end of the regular season, when Klay Thompson comes back, some of the changes there this year, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Doc Rivers raved about him. Billy Donovan raved about his coachability. I think
#1 for the Mavericks and the Thunder. Abdul Nader guarding Reeves out top. A long contested three is good, and Nader working against Brokoff. 5 on the shot clock. They got to get busy here. Alexander got it. And a lot of time on his boat and on the Adriatic Sea, Jeff, vacationing in his downtime.
Lake Ontario and I are like brothers. But
what a high.
Remember, as Dallas goes back in a 1-2-2 zone, like I didn't know that. I thought he was right from Toronto.
A lot of guys claim to be from Toronto, Jeff, but you're kind of like scouting Donnie Nelson Jr. and Tony Ronzone doing a great job getting around the globe and scouting the best players in the world.
Watch them work and how good they are at their job. But the best thing was watching Pop work after we had the disappointment against France. His ability.
With all that being said, give me the most memorable Greg Popovich dinner that you guys went to.
Baba! I'm telling you, I think he conned the guy into getting the wine that he wanted.
Oh, okay. Basically on the drive and a nice finish. That's Baba's defense here. Terrence Ferguson from deep, and the hometown guy, Australia, before being drafted in the NBA. Roby couldn't get to that lob. Ferguson on the break and got the finish. But big night of basketball, and not only here, but on ESPN2 with the WNBA Finals. Baisley with a nice look. NBA now composed of international players. Roby, nice find, and Baba with the cut. Okay, she did lose the timeout. Mark Mascalo. All up court. Nice move inside. Batten out of Creighton. They got Ross bucket. Tyer's got a clean look and nail that jumper. And that is compounded by the fact that not many teams took more three-pointers than them a season ago. Nader and one counted. For the lob earlier, he wasn't playing around.
No, it's not crazy.
Put back good.
And that's something he's going to have to continue to work on.
Nader off glass. Baisley with a nice show and go.
But that's a really nice. Think about Baisley.
Like 30 different players have scored tonight. Under a minute to go. Baba with a nice cut. Goes glass.
Better. Again, guard play in both China, Japan. That's where they have to get better and better.
Okay. Baba got some shots up tonight. Ended up with 7 points. Maybe some people are watching in Japan somewhere and pretty impressed with what he's done tonight.
Do they televise our games there?
I think they do. Good. You can get a bootleg feed somewhere. And that's it. Porzingis and Doncic sitting this one out. But they'll be playing tomorrow night in Detroit. Rick Carlisle's team.